Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It is quiet at the moment, dare I say, on the Harkle front, so I thought I would catch up with some non-book related readings. And the first is Meghan's year ahead. I was all set to do it when the book was leaked and what a strange madness came upon the world when the book was leaked, but it's gone quiet again, temporarily probably, so I decided to look at Meghan's year ahead. I've done William and I've done Harry's years ahead, and they were quite interesting. You'll find them in the Royals playlist. Meghan's turn, and I'm using my new tarot deck, the New Chapter Tarot. Maybe it's a new chapter for her, we'll have to see. It feels like the energy around her has been quite volatile, not surprisingly, but it's starting to coalesce. Maybe decisions are being made, maybe the year is finally beginning to take shape for her, but we'll see. 12 card reading, I use the houses of the 12 houses of the zodiac to do these readings, and then a central card that signifies the year for her. I'll explain the cards as I go. It's a very simple reading, but it gives a good kind of snapshot of the year and the various aspects of the year that she could be dealing with. And if anything pops up that looks strange and interesting, I might follow through with a second reading and just pick up the thread of that. But that's what the plan is. And as I'm shuffling, let's remind you, this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion, or just speculation. I use the royals as an archetypal family to read on so that we can learn from their archetypal situation and apply those lessons to our own lives. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it, and please form your own conclusions about all of these matters that I read on. So 12 card reading with the New Chapter Tarot, and we'll have a look and see what's going on with the wife. She's been very quiet, laying low, while Harry has his big moment, but she surely is up to something. And I always have to check my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hope you can see all of that. I have got a great big plastic thing down the middle of my screen, so it's hard to see what you're actually seeing. But anyway, we trust that you can. And that is the energy of this year for her. And it's Princess of Swords, that's the Page of Swords in Rider-Waite, normal Rider-Waite. It's strategizing. That is what the energy of that card is about. Being on high alert, being wary, being braced, doing research. It's not a big card. It's almost a laying low card, interestingly, which is what precisely what she is doing right now. But doing research, thinking, planning, strategizing, probably doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff online. And so that's the signifier for the year. But let's go through these cards and let's have a look at, first of all, the public profile. How is she going to be going? 10 of discs. Wow. She's got everything. Publicly anyway. She's going to be looking very secure. She's going to be looking very established. She's going to be working hard, because that's where the first house, the public profile, it's where your energy goes. It's what you're putting effort into. And she's putting effort into being a member of the royal family. How funny. Because the 10, you can see the castle there and all the money around it, and it's that lineage and heritage. She wants back in, and she wants back in very much for her status, for her children's status. There's the coronation. So there's going to be a lot of trying to claw back and trying to get back into the royal family, get that half in, half out, all of that stuff that we go on endlessly about. But that's a very interesting card as to the energy that we are going to be seeing, the face that she shows the world. That's what the first house is about. Second house is money. They've had some big paydays, apparently, but not going to be getting big paydays this year. Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That is no new contracts, no new deals. And it's interesting because this reading for me is tying very much into a reading that I did yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I have no sense of time at the moment. I don't know if it's affecting you, but I really don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know where I am in time and space. It's very strange. But I did a reading on the half in, half out thing, and what it meant to the Harkles, and what it meant to Meghan was money. It was the Ace of Pentacles. It was this card. It was the big payments, the deals that would come, the resetting herself financially onto a more secure path. But second house, the house of money, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs in reverse. That means she's not going to be getting big deals. She's not going to be financially stable in this year, despite the fact that her public profile is going to be very much pushing this narrative of I'm a member of the British royal family and the British royal family can't do without me. Not looking good for her financially. How's it going with siblings? There is, of course, the ongoing court case with Samantha, and I might possibly look at that as my next reading today. It depends what this reading throws out. But siblings, Samantha, Thomas, they're apparently also going to be doing their own documentary about Meghan, which would be rather funny. Ooh, the Tower. The Tower. The card is in the reverse. Which you could try to say was trying to rebuild a relationship that is blown up spectacularly, which is what the Tower does. It blows things up shockingly and surprisingly. But my opinion of that card in reverse is that they're going to be more stunning surprises and drama. I don't see reconciliation between these siblings. I just don't see it. I don't think, this is my very personal opinion, I do not think it's in Meghan's nature to reconcile with people. Once she bears a grudge, she seems to bear it forever. That is based on prior behavior. So I can't even say I'm speculating. That is just what she's done so far. But the Tower is a very interesting card because it's a big deal. The drama with the siblings is going to be quite dominant in her life and quite difficult for her. As I say, we've got a court case that possibly might be settled, and we've also got a documentary that her half sister and brother are busy working on, that they say they're going to reveal lots of stuff about her that she might not want revealed. So yeah, she's got trouble there. She's got trouble with these siblings she disowned. She didn't invite to the wedding. She denied that they existed. She was an only child. And my goodness, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Home. Life on the home front. The mudslide mansion is now apparently covered in mud. Seven of Cups, looking at her options, looking at her possibilities. I don't think she feels very settled there in Montecito. She certainly doesn't seem to have been taken in, embraced by the locals. And she might be looking at her options and wondering where else she can go. We get that eternally. There's always rumors that they're buying an apartment in New York. They're moving to Washington. They're back in Canada, seemingly, according to rumors at the moment, while Mudslide Mansion gets scrubbed out by some unfortunate minion, I'm sure, unless Harry has been sent back to sort it out. That I cannot imagine. But anyway, yeah, so options. There's, of course, Frogmore back in the UK. And also speculation that they might be making more of a presence there for whatever reason. Coronation, tax, children, whatever. It's never stable with the Harkles. This isn't a stable card. This is a thinking before doing card, the Seven of Cups. So there's movement coming. But at the moment she's doing her research, she's thinking. There's a lot of thinking in this year. This is a year of mulling things over and then trying to reset. And I think that's why her energy was so volatile at the start of the year. And I was just very clearly told, no, don't read on it. But it's interesting so far. Let's see, children, next card. How are things going to be going with Archie and Lilibet? Queen of Cups in reverse, not good. Not good. The Queen of Cups is a mother. When she's upright, she's very nurturing, empathetic, kind. That kind of mum who, you know, when you're broken-hearted, she's the mum that mops up your tears. Not the mum that says, oh, you'll get over it. She's very, very nurturing and kind and emotional and supportive emotionally. But it's in reverse, which... I don't like to see. I'm being a little bit snarky with this reading because, you know, it's her energy and I always find that it brings out that snarky tone in me. But when you've got two very vulnerable young children, you don't want to see a Queen of Cups in reverse. Not when they really are too young to fend for themselves and they might be in a very difficult situation with parents who might have addiction issues, might have mental health issues. I'm speculating and I am referring to ongoing and consistent rumours about the Harkles and the circumstances in their household. So Queen of Cups in reverse is somebody who also is a very volatile emotionally, up and down, blows hot and cold, might use her children to manipulate situations as well. She's manipulative when she's in reverse, the Queen of Cups. So it might all be high drama and might exploit the children to get something that she wants. It's a card that I really don't want to see there. Health and work. Her day-to-day life, how's that going to be going? Six of Wands in reverse. Well, that is failure. That is projects that she had high hopes of are not going to be doing very well. So she's not going to have anything to show for the effort that she puts in. She's going to be quite focused on what hasn't worked out, what hasn't gone well. For instance, the podcast, despite it getting a People's Choice Award and probably being renewed, it's difficult. Nobody's really been able to establish whether there's going to be another season. The docuseries also, even though it had extremely high viewing figures, it didn't exactly do very well. She has allegedly required that it be nominated for certain awards. It's award season right now in the US, but she's not going to get awards for any of the work that she has put out. And she's going to be feeling it. She's going to be looking at this year and thinking, I haven't succeeded. I haven't achieved the goals and the glories and the awards and the accolades that I thought I was going to, that I expected very much. And so there's a bit of a confidence issue here. A loss of confidence and self-belief. Can you believe it? But that's the energy that I'm getting from that Six of Wands in reverse. Marriage. The card that we all most are interested in. I'm sure it's the card that I certainly am most interested in, although that was a surprise. Marriage. Ta-da. Okay, this is quite spooky because I was thinking about this reading. It's a justice card for people who might be listening and not watching. Upright, justice card. Before I did this reading, I always go through it in my mind. I write things down, I make notes. I choose the tarot deck that I want to use. And this card came into my mind when I was thinking of the 7th house and marriage. I thought, the justice card. And I can't prove that to you at all. But that is literally the card that came into my mind, and it was the card of divorce. To me, the justice card, it's legal proceedings. It is who gets what doing, an estate up. It explains this Five of Cups that I didn't, Queen of Cups that I didn't like. Manipulative energy that I'm interpreting as being manipulative as a tarot reader for entertainment purposes. But it could be that divorce proceedings have started in the course of this year, and there's a lot of manipulation around the children. And of course, Harry has just dug a huge hole for himself by admitting to very serious drug and alcohol abuse in his book for all the world to see. So not so clever, but that is a fascinating card. That really is. To me, it's a divorce card. I've thought always that this is going to be the year. We're going to get through the coronation, and a lot of effort being put into, I'm royal, my children are royal, I'm in that line of succession, my kids are in that line of succession, gimme, gimme, gimme. Transformation, the 8th house, death, taxes, transformation, power also. I always, it's a Pluto house, a Scorpio house, all of those weird and wonderful things. The Empress, that's the mother. That's the mother card. She's going to be milking this for all she's worth. This, I am the mother. I am the mother of these children who belong in the royal family, and just you believe it. I think that's the big story that's going to come out this year. It's upright. If I saw it in reverse, there might be another story that would come out. Could still come out. Could still come out. But we've got issues here. This is the 8th house. This is a tricky house. Let's just remind you. If I saw this card, the Empress, here in the 5th house of kids, children, I would say she's really in her, finally, in my opinion, discovered her maternal instincts and has taken to it. But this is in the 8th house of death and transformation and change, and we have the mother, the Empress, here. Things could come out about motherhood that might change the situation quite radically. I'm gonna dig around in the next reading. I've decided I'm gonna dig around a bit. So it's one of the energies we'll look at. I'm going to do a different kind of year ahead reading. 9th house, publishing, lawsuits. A lot of that going on. Among other things, 9th house, of course, represents a million things, like all of them do. 4 of discs in reverse. Losing control, losing stability, losing money. It could be that these lawsuits don't go the way she expected. They're quite costly. She loses control of a narrative. Could be with Samantha. It could be that whatever she thought she was going to publish this year, it's swinging both ways here. This 4, because I've left it open. I didn't say let's just only find out about publishing and let's just only find out about lawsuits. But she's losing control. She's not in a strong position this year in terms of either. It could, in fact, mean a certain amount of difficulty for her financially. So that's quite interesting. And her career, her sort of profile, we got the 2 of Cups. It's a partnership. It's a partnership that she could be developing with someone. I don't get Harry. I don't get Harry in this energy, not with when I get this card. But I think what we're going to see, she might make a new deal with somebody, relationship-wise, because I don't see big money. We got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Discs in the reverse. That's not getting new deals, not getting new contracts, not finding a new path. But there's something going on here that she's going to partner up with somebody about. I might have to clarify that. We might have to do some clarifying on this reading. And I do hope, I'm trying to see, can you see? Yes, you can see. Okay, I'll stop filling with the cards then. Dreams, goals, friends, that kind of thing. Knight of Wands in reverse. A failure again. The Knight of Wands, upright, passionate, enthusiastic, leads people, stimulates people, full of creativity, bounces in with fresh ideas. Follow me. But in the reverse, anything that she thought she was going to do or dreamed about is going to go up in flames, literally. It's going to be a flash in the pan. It's not going to be stable. So I'm getting a strange energy of the Tig over there, that she might partner with somebody and start something like that. We'll check a few things. Hidden energy, the 12th house, the subconscious, the shadow, the loneliness, isolation, things you don't want people to find out about, things you would rather, mental health, those kinds of things. And we got the 9 of discs. I said isolation, very lonely. The 9 of discs, upright, very comfortable in your own skin, happy on your own. It's a single woman card traditionally. Got plenty of money, doesn't need anyone, doesn't need anything, living the good life. But it's in reverse, and we've seen already that her finances are not in good shape this year. And now we're seeing that despite this bravado of this 10 of Pentacles, and I'm a member of the royal family and my kids are prince and princess, really behind the scenes, she's very lonely. And she's also not doing very well financially. And that's hidden. That's behind the scenes. This is what we're seeing. And sitting right above it, tucked away there, is the card that tells its own story. It tells a more true story. That really, she's lonely, she's struggling, she hasn't got the money, the status, the security, the bling, the tiaras, the jewelry, the house, whatever that she thought she would have by now. And there's anxiety, there's worry. This central card, the signifier for this year, being braced, being wary, strategizing, planning. I'm just going to ask about the 2 of Cups, because that for me is interesting. What's the 2 of Cups about in terms of career and leadership and high profile and government and all that stuff? It's the Capricorn thing. It's the building something solid, something in terms of career. What's the 2 of Cups about? Can you just tell us? I'm getting the Tig for some reason. Going back to something she really likes, something that really was where she was happiest. And you just tell us. If you can't tell us, it's fine. We've got the Ace of Swords, but it's come out in reverse. And that tells me it's an old idea. Ace of Swords upright, new idea. Literally. Reverse, old idea. She's out of ideas, but she's gonna go back to something that she loved, that really reflected her. I think ultimately she's the perfect influencer. She doesn't have the vision and the capacity and the grace and elegance to be anything more, to be a princess. But she does have exactly what it takes to be an influencer. She likes to network, she likes to use, she likes to merch, and she likes to show off. And that is not allegedly, that is what we've seen of her so far. And so there's the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I think that's what that's about. But in terms of dreams and goals and things, it doesn't look like it's going to go very well. Financially, certainly a problem. The big card, the shocker for me, is this one, the Tower. That the siblings really could almost be her downfall, interestingly, because the Tower is a card of downfall. Even though it's in reverse, I'm getting big downfall. I don't see her trying to mend the situation with them unless they have some kind of gun that they're holding to her head. And they can hold to her head and say, we know about X, Y, Z. And but why would they? What's in it for them? Do they want to reconcile with her? I doubt it. Who wants to reconcile with her? That's the mother-children situation is worrying. Definitely not feeling confident, not feeling successful about her work. and things that she's accomplished so far. I'm getting divorce vibes off this card. Transformation, about mother, power plays, about being a mother, could relate to this divorce card. Yeah, she looks like she's on a back foot when it comes to her publishing deals and her lawsuits that she's got going on. This is not a good year. If I was doing this for my nearest and dearest, I would say, ooh, you know, what have you done to upset the gods so much? Perhaps a sacrifice or something is in order. Not, you know, I'm being facetious, of course. I don't mean go out and sacrifice something, but you know, appease the gods somehow, because you've definitely upset them. This is not a comfortable reading, but we're going to explore some of it a little bit more in the following reading. So thanks for watching this one, and I hope to see you on the next one.